Hey guys, what's up? How are you today? I'm just selecting some sketches to review today. Let me take a look right here. Okay. Bom dia, galera. Bom dia. Hello, guys. Good morning. I don't know if the lights are good right here, but that's fine. Hi, everyone. So, guys, I'm going to start right now because I really want to do some cool renderings today. Like, I have already selected from my students some sketches that I think that there's a good potential to improve and help the other ones to understand the concept when we do sketches and renderings. Okay, so today we're gonna review this one, that one, and I don't know, but the same guy did this one and this one, and I think this one is better to represent when we do this kind of a technique. And at the end, I'm thinking to reveal this one as a rendering because most of the time we review just the side view sketches, but I really would like to reveal this one because it's a rear quarter, and sometimes you don't understand where the lights come from, how to represent it. So I'll try to give a shot on this. Okay, so we're gonna start right now. 10:05. I'm expecting to finish this maybe close to the lunch break. Okay. So or 12:30 maybe. I don't know. Let's see what we can do. So first one is the sketch, ok? Então, galera, eu estou pretendendo fazer esse review e finalizar lá por volta do 12:30, mais ou menos, no máximo, tá? Estourando, mas eu queria revisar todos esses sketches aqui, alguns pelo fato de serem pela proporção e outros até mesmo pela questão do rendering, que muitas vezes vocês ficam na dúvida de como é que eu coloco a luz, de onde ela vem e tudo mais. Então, vamos lá. Primeiro, este aqui. Vamos ver. How can we improve this one? First of all, we have a nice silhouette in this. Let's make some adjustments. Okay. So let's take a look on this silhouette first. I'm gonna change the camera. Maybe let me see. Okay, now we can do something like this. So right. And then you can see the movements I do with my pencil. So we can improve this curvature first. Photoshop, it's a little bit lagging. Let me see what's going on. I think that's fine. Okay, here we go. That's it. Okay. So let's improve this one. Okay. Here we go. I don't know why my Photoshop is... It's lagging a little bit, but... Okay. Here we go. So... I think the bonnet height, it's fine. Guys, I'm gonna have to shut down my Photoshop and turn it down again. Turn on again. Let's see. Let's go back right here. Just one moment, please. Let me open it again. Okay. Let's try again. Fala, Pablo, bom dia. Só vendo se o Photoshop colabora aqui. Ai, meu filho. Salve, grande Michel. Tamo aí. Vamos tentar aqui. Gente, meu computador tá muito louco aqui. Só um minuto. Oh, pai. Guys, we're facing some software issues, so Just be patient, please. Cleaning up some cache, so okay, I think it's gonna work. Come on, Photoshop, come on. I hate that. Hello, Enrique. No, man, no, man. Let's see. Okay. Let's go, let's go. Guys, I've never had this kind of a problem. So sorry. Not like this. Ah, pelo amor de Deus, cara. Okay, let's see if we can move on. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's see. The curvature is good right here. All right, guys, let's get moving. It is kind of a shooting brake. It's not a shooting brake. It's more like it's a sport back proportion, and there's a lot of good stuff in this one, but I think we need to fix some proportion issues. We have the approach angle right here. Okay, let's take a look the rocker panel. All right. Give to sketch a little bit more attitude, you know. And then we have the departure angle like this. I think it's too much on this, the angles. It choose, let's see what we can do to fix that, because maybe we can change some part of the proportions, you know. It's to angle, maybe. Let me see if the issues. Yeah, I think now we have more. Okay, proportion is good, I think, in this way, but there's a lot of things that we have to fix. Like, you know, he did a huge front overhang. I think it's huge. It's bigger than the rear one. No, it's almost the same, but we have to fix the wheel size, overhangs, and I think the proportions will be better. Okay, so let's add some wheels on this. Where's my wheels brush? Okay, yeah, right here. I'm gonna do this one first. We can do bigger and then we can resize. Okay. Take care about the front one, maybe just a little bit bigger, like this, and you will understand soon why I'm putting in that position, okay? And we have this one on the same size. You don't need to be so precise on this, I think. Let me take a close look at this. Yeah, I would say just to put the front wheel axis a little bit forward. You can move a little bit forward, and then you have something like this. I will not measure the wheels like this. You know, it's more visual. You don't need to do this all the time. And I really prefer that you use some kind of a package to study your car proportions. If you don't have, if you cannot find a package, just pick up some blueprint and use it to do your sketch, okay? It's much better than use wheels to measure your car proportions. So as you can see, he was trying to use this kind of a reading for the car. I don't know if it helps a lot, because normally we don't do this kind of a reading for the car, like, you know, using this kind of sort of feature line. But I'm gonna fix that. Okay, put the ground shadow to create some to put the car on the background, and you see the car stands better when you do something like this. Maybe we can just resize it, or let's try. Okay, let me see if I can do something good. Just keeping the same lines he created right here, okay? Let's see what happens. Photoshop is a little bit better, I think. Sorry guys about the problems we have, the issues we have with the hardware. Let me check the lines right here. Okay, I'm just trying to keep some kind of a alignment. Well, we have the silhouette right now. The next step. So guys, what is the next step when I do my renderings that I taught you before? When we create the silhouette, what is the next step? Answer this question on the chat, please. What is the next step when I do the silhouette? DLO, maybe. DLO. Remember when I said about yes, DLO, it's important, but remember when I said about the side view lines? Yes, corners, and then the DLO. Exactly. So first one, silhouette. And then corners. And side view lines. So let's set the corner first. Maybe we can have the front corner almost right here, you know. We can set something like this. Because doing this way, you will find we'll find the roof arc, we'll find the A pillars, we'll find the C pillar. And guys, if you can see, every week I'm fixing the same mistake. So you're not paying attention. Most of you guys are not paying attention inside the WhatsApp group. When I do this for you, because most of you guys are just concerned, okay, I'm gonna put some sketch in there and then put inside the group and ask for some feedbacks. But you have to create the sense, you know, that what is good in your proportions, what is wrong, what is right, what is wrong, and you don't need to ask all the time. Just it's time to improve your own skills, you know, about what is right and about what is wrong. So as you can see right here, we're trying to find the side view lines, you know, try to find the car silhouette, the corners. Now we have the corner set, okay? We have the front corner right here. Okay, it's not right here, it's right here. And then we have the rear corner set right there, okay? That's it. Exactly, Adriano. Define the side corners and the DLO. Perfect, perfect. So now we have set. We have the silhouette, we have the corners, we have the side view lines, and then we're gonna have the DLO. Okay. So let's add the cowl top. And then we have the backlight, we have the windshield, and then we have the DLO. That's the reason why I moved the wheel axle a little bit. I move it forward, the wheel arches, to have this kind of a nice proportion right here, and we have some good space to create the door. We're gonna have the doors right here. And then we can add the DLO. Like this. I would say just to give a little more for this, to keep it aligned with the center of the rear wheel arch, you know, and then you can have a nice angle in terms of attitude for this. And then you can see the way I'm doing the lines right here, you know. When I use my pen over the tablet or Cintiq, I always keep, as you can see, I have those 3 fingers close to the pen, you know, and I use those 3 fingers as a guidance over the screen, you know. This helps me to to have a nice line control. And then I think we have a nice attitude for this because as you can see now, we have some connection between the A-pillar angle and the end of the BLO. Maybe we can try more connections right here. Okay. I think it's not going to be a problem to have this line right here because as you can see, we're trying to add some speed attitude for this car. You're going to have maybe something more like this and like that, you know? And this gives more attitude for the car. So let's use the doors. Put the doors not right here. I'm gonna put the door right here. If it's a 4-door, let's use this pillar. It's not a pillar exactly, but the windows division close to the center of the rear arch. And then add the door shut line. Always add the door shut lines on the side of it, okay, guys? Think about that. Because it is crucial to have the gaps represented. So now we have this, and then we can add the door gap and the B pillar. Okay, so far so good. Let's enforce. Oops. Bom dia, Rubens. Tamo junto. Let's add this. Então, so that's it. I think the sketch is in a way better proportion. And then you can add more elements. You can define the side view section. Almost like this. Galera do Brasil, só para avisar, vocês já devem ter visto que rolou a Black Friday, a Black Week, e essa é a última oportunidade que vocês têm para se inscrever no 3 pilares do rendering. Então, se você quer, além de saber fazer os sketches, entender como você faz melhor os renderings, que aqui eu passo só um apanhado geral do que se usa no 3 pilares do rendering. Se vocês quiserem, o que eu recomendo que vocês façam, adquire esse curso, porque ele não vai mais existir nesse formato. Tá? O ano que vem vai mudar para algo totalmente diferente. Então, para vocês que já têm o Sketch em Automotive e querem aprimorar mais, eu recomendo que vocês adquiram o 3 pilares do rendering, que só hoje está com 30% de desconto. Essa promoção não vai existir mais, tá? So guys, this is what I think you can do to improve this sketch, you know. You can work a little bit better on the graphics, you know. You can add more details like the side mirror, interior stuffs. And then you can improve the car, you know, but proportion wise, I think that's it. I would say just take care about this line. It's crucial to have this line. Sometimes I see you guys just doing something like this, you know, it doesn't make sense. When you do just a line like this, it's just a line that you put on the car. So think about the lines, the attitude of this line. Where are you gonna put the tensions? You know, we have some kind of a tension right here that we can use the same to create this line. Smart tá falando que travou. Travou por aí, gente? Then we can have this line, and then we can create the graphics for the rear end, you know, everything is there. It's too much. This maybe you could reduce a little bit more the size of this, but that's fine. Sometimes it is good to pick up this one as a basis, and then you can improve more, you know. And then after the yellow surfaces and graphics. All right. So that's it for this one. I think we had, let me see. So guys, I'm gonna start the renderings because otherwise you're not gonna have more time. Just this one. It was a little bit polemic in this week in the group, inside the students group, because the car looks a little bit symmetrical, you know, and in this case, what would be necessary to do? So first of all, This is half and a half. Change this to 2/3, 1/3. Okay, I'm gonna do just the silhouette. And then we're gonna have the same for the rear. I think it's a little bit exaggerated, those curvatures right here. And then as you can see, we have almost the same angle and the car looks symmetrical. So we have to change those proportions. Like, you know, if you do something more like this and move, maybe we can move a little bit more right here, maybe. I think we're gonna have something better. Always check this first moment, guys. Always, always. Because you see, if you fail right here, you will fail on the rest of the design. All right? So when you have the silhouette well done, the rest of everything will be better. All right? Just like this, I think. So the car doesn't look symmetric at all. So we can maybe move again the front wheel axis forward. I think right here we have the DLO. Let's see the DLO. Maybe some kind of a shape like this, you know. And then you have something like this, okay? So it looks a little bit different right now. This one, I would say to sketch those cars over a package or a blueprint. I have some blueprint right here, maybe. Let me see, I got some from internet. We have this one, maybe. Yeah. I just found this. And the quality is not good, but you can pick up some better resolution. All right. But I think it's gonna work. Multiply. And let's check the car proportions. Let's do something like this. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit hard, but let's try. Let's put the wheels. set the wheels. Yeah, it's a pure orthographic view, but I think we can use something more like this. No, a little bit bigger, maybe just a little bit, because we have sports car with the rear wheel a little bit bigger at times. Okay. Let's take a look at the proportions. Yeah, proportion-wise, it's not bad. Let's try to keep this the car we have right here. I would say just to add a little bit more front overhang. Let's see what we can do. As you can see, the attitude changed a little bit more. Let's see for out. Let's go back right here. Okay. So think about the attitude of those lines, you know, those tensions. Try to find a nice balance between all those tensions. Maybe you can have something like this, but I would say to improve a little bit more like this, you know, give it more attack angle like this. A little bit more rear overhang. Just give it more attitude, angles. Let's see, we have the corner right here. Again, take a look, where are those tensions when you create some kind of a sports car, you know? Pay attention on it. Again, we have the roof arc like this. It's very aerodynamic, this one, you know. The apilar position is good. I would say just not doing this so rounded, you know, so just keep improving the curvatures. It's more, you know, about It's not so much about the proportion, because as you can see, the proportions are good. But it's more like, working better the lines and the attitude. As you can see, we have some kind of we're trying to create some kind of a connection between those lines. Everything. Think about this, the way you connect this with that, and sometimes it's in the opposite way. That's fine, no problem. It depends on your design. So we have this, and then he created this angle. Okay. We have this, and then the surface moves more like this. So don't think about the lines, think of how the line connects on other things, like, you have this line. Okay, let's connect this with this part of the car, Make the lines create some connections and make senses, like this. Take a look where I recreated the tension for this line, almost connecting with this shape, with this surface. Something like this, and then you can have the whole attitude for this rear end. Let me see on the other side, like that. Maybe we can just improve like this. To have a nice curvature. And then you have the rear ends. And then you have some kind of a nice attitude. Give it attitude, Sports cars is about aerodynamics, it's about attitude. So think about that. It's not just sketching something cool, Okay, I want to do a sports car. So think about the way the lines behaves on a sports car. Think about the proportions of a sports car. Okay. And then we have the background. And then we can add the elements, But take a look on the proportions. As you can see, let me just change a little bit more. Now we can take a look on this and how we improved the proportions. Now it makes sense, you know, just take a look on this, and then you can add the shapes, the surface, cleaning up the surface like this, you know. You will have something more like this. Rounded surface, then you have this light catcher right here, and then you can move to the corner and then create another line. Think with the sections, create some sections, you know, it helps a lot. Maybe you can create some kind of a connection between this line, you know, and the helix angle. And the lines start to make sense in your car. Maybe we can change a little bit this to create some kind of a brake line. Do something just a little bit different, you know. And then you can just keep improving this car. Okay? Well, next. Let's multiply this, and then we have the difference. So you can see the difference. Okay? The points here are the whole proportion. The points here are the way you work with the tensions, the lines. Maybe you can create another proposal that we can change a little bit this line, you know, just to achieve this connection he created like this. Oops, wrong one. Yeah. Maybe we can change this, you know, like that. And then you can start varying the proposals. I think that looks cool. But think about the connections, you know, maybe this could be in the same angle like that. And this pointing to the tension we have on the front of the car. This, I think, differentiates drawing a car from designing a car, you know? Because right here, we're thinking about the connections, we're thinking about the way the lines will behave on the surface, we're thinking about proportions. In the first moment, you can do something like this, you know? But then the next step is to do something like this to reach the right proportions, you know. So do it, guys. Don't stop on this. Every time you do like this on the students WhatsApp group, okay, you did this one, okay, do the next step before asking for comments or asking for some feedbacks, you know. Do the next step. All right, guys? And then you can improve the design with more elements, you know. I think it's really good like this. I do prefer this one than the previous one. What do you think, guys? Let's work on it a little bit better like this. Yeah. Good. That's good. Yeah, I really liked it, this one. This is so cool. This is so cool. Okay, and then we have this one and this one. Okay, I'm gonna do this on that because it's tricky right here, okay? The way you can do the way you can do this, I think you can improve a lot. So let's put this right there. Let's invert and bring this. Okay. Let's change the background color. Let's work on this. Okay. The best way to start understanding proportions and shading. That's the reason why I selected those sketches, because I want you guys to understand first proportions. You know, we have proportions right here, we have proportions right there, and then we can move to this one because it's the mixing between proportions and shading. So let's work on it. Proportion wise, this car is good. It's really, really good. That's the reason why I selected this one instead of this. This one has a good proportion as well, but graphically, this is more simple to understand the steps as an exercise to work between sketches and shadings. Okay, that's the reason why I selected this one. And we're gonna do this in, I hope, in half an hour. So let's improve the silhouettes first. Another great technique to have a nice curvatures in your car. So sometimes if you have the silhouette like this and you want to improve the curvatures, go to View, Pixel Aspect Ratio. I created this one for to have a nice curvature, so you can just custom pixel aspect ratio, and then this floating menu will open, and it can change this for 0, In this case, we can create a 0.3. Okay, name it SPTO, and then okay, and then you're gonna use your custom aspect ratio. I really like this one, so I'm gonna change like this, and you can see the curvatures. You can change it or improve it faster, you know, just like this. I'm not gonna deep dive on this right now, but it's quite nice to find the 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 curvatures, you know. Or to make the curvatures looks nice. You will see that. Just like this. Let's find a little bit more curvature on this. Let's find the connections right here. Find the yellow. Keep this alignment, okay. This is aligned right here, okay, and then we can go back to the square. As you can see, okay. And then we have the lines in a better way. So now we can improve the size, okay. Just let me see something right here. Yeah, I deleted my pixel aspect ratio. So custom pixel, I name it as sketch, then I use 0.3. Okay. View. Square. Okay. Now that's okay. And then let's improve. Let's do the corners. So we're gonna have the corner right here. We have this shape. can reduce the size of the headlamps. Have some space for the wheel flares. Let's create the body side section. Here, and let me change just a little bit this, because I don't think it's good. And then the roof arc. Backlight. And then we're gonna have the tail lamp. And the lower graphics like this. You can add some kind of a details right here for the rear ends. You can have the exhaust pipe design right here. All right. Let's do some kind of a speed shading on this. It's not much like Adriano, você está me perguntando isso aí, é muito particular, cara. Cada um se adapta de uma maneira. Eu recomendo começar com a Wacom Bambu porque ela é barata. É um bom custo-benefício, mas aí vai de você, entendeu? Todo mundo sempre me pergunta isso, cara. É assim, vocês têm que experimentar, vocês têm que fazer review, ver os reviews e experimentar qual que é a melhor alternativa. Que nem você me perguntar se eu prefiro brócolis ou couve-flor. Isso depende muito, cara. Mas as da Wacom são boas, já ouvi review também da Ruion, que também é bom. Enfim, vai por você. Eu sempre que vou fazer alguma coisa dessa, eu primeiro dou uma pesquisada, vejo no YouTube, vejo alguns vídeos, falar o que é melhor, essa ou essa? Vejo alguns caras que já fizeram alguns reviews. So guys, now we have the car set. Stefan, no. Today I'm gonna just show this one because I'm correcting some students' work, okay? This is a review focused on the students' work. So that's the purpose of this live, this Saturday live, you know? So again, let's put a window split right here, and then have a kind of a nice and then to create a kind of a complex surface, you be good on you must be mastering the simple shapes, you know. Sometimes I see you guys asking me, oh, can you do something more complex? Okay, but are you mastering the simple ones? Because the concept is the same. You're gonna use the same kind of a method, the same kind of a feeling. It doesn't change at all. Okay, so guys, now we have the sketch, and then let's add some shading, or not shading, but a lighting over that. So we're gonna create just one layer and add the whole light right here, just like this, you know, just a little bit on the bottom. Mask, and let's clean up the sketch. I would add a path right here. And we can duplicate this path right there. Make selection. Okay, we have to change this. What's happening right here? Combine, and then we can add what? Okay. Let's make a selection. Delete from here because we don't need this. And then we can use, let's first clean up the outside or the edges, you know, just like this. Because the light is just hitting the body side surface. There's no lights on the front in this case. So I'm gonna keep it more like this first. Clean it up right here, clean it up right there. Cleaning up the body side. We're gonna have just a little bit of shadow on the top of this. As if you saw some of my reviews before, you know why and just doing this, you know. And then we can add more sharp reflections. Add sharp reflections. Let's change spacing 0, hardness 100%. And then we can just add more. Not so much like this. Okay. This is more like a half an hour sketch, okay? Clean up a little bit more the surface right here. Change to whites to work on the mask to show and hide the elements. And then we have the things done like this, you know. Let's add some mirror reflection like this. It's just for a quick shading, you know, when you're doing something for some kind of a design review and you want to improve a little bit more the idea your car, so you can do something more like this. Just to show a little bit of the volumes. In a better way, okay? And then you can just add some highlights. So guys, I did this in less than half an hour. If you can go back on the timeline, take a look on how many times I did this shading. It's a 15 to 20 minutes shading the car. With just one layer for the sketch and another layer for the shading. And you can improve a little bit more the lights on the top of this, you know, to emphasize the car silhouette. Todas as formas são necessárias gerar path? Não, vocês viram que eu não gerei path nenhum aqui, eu só criei um path para o arco da caixa de roda, mais nada. Então não tem necessidade de ficar criando path. Add some graphic elements like this, you know, there. And here we go. That's finished. Okay. Let me change the, oops, this. Okay. Let's compare one and another. Yeah, we can do like this. The before and after, you know? And let's go to the last one, which is this one that I would like to work on the next hour. First of all, I think we need to simplify or work a little bit on some kind of elements right here, I think. Let me improve the sketch first. Guys, I will turn the lights out right now because it's not gonna help me. Now it's better. I will keep just the wheels. Reduce a little bit this. Add more attitude on the front. Okay. Let's show a little bit more the tail lamp. Okay, let's take a look like this. This is too high. This graphic should be more like, you know, more like this. So I'm gonna pick up this one and drop down this. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because the point is the way you're using the reflections represent the car, you know. So okay, this should be right here. I think this surface is too exaggerated. Maybe a little bit less. You can keep it, but a little bit less, not too much. Let's work with yellow. For an alpha, let's add a little bit of curvature on this. Okay. Yeah, I will not change the, just change a little bit the rear. So disconnecting with that. No. Okay, now we have the rear, and you want to add this blister over this line. Just a little bit more attitude on this. We have this muscle on the top of this. It should be something more like that. And then you have something like this. Okay, I think the rear wheel is not in the right position. Because as you can see, you have the end of the C-pillar right here, so the middle of this should be right there. So I think we have to, okay, let's draw this first. Okay. And then we can move this more like this, you know. I think it's gonna be better. Yeah. Now I think we have the car set. Maybe we can make it a little bit larger. Yeah. Yeah, the rear wheel was too much in the back. So let's just take a look on this. Let's see the doors gap, like this, you know. Kind of like this. The side mirror is too big. Maybe something like this. So I will preserve the wheels you used. I don't like much doing the sketches with the wheels in movement, but that's fine. Sometimes you want to show some attitude. But it's up to you guys. Let's duplicate this. Let's duplicate that. Okay, now we have those wheels. And we need to put those wheels on the top of everything right now. I will change this wheel a little bit right here. And this one, definitely right there, just not so much like this. And this not wide open like this. Guys, this is for all of you, you know, when you do your sketches. Take a look, the proportions, take a look if everything is fine before doing the renderings, okay? Check everything before rendering. Now we have some kind of a cast shadow right here. Nice surface, because we're gonna have something more like this. Okay. And then we can change the attitude right here more like this. Okay. Let's start rendering this. First of all, we need a background. Let me put the slides. Filter blur, a little bit of motion blur first. Just to keep the same feeling you created, okay? Some Gaussian. Okay. And then let's pick up the red color you used it right here. Maybe we can pick up that one. Let's try with that one. This is a sketch. And wheels. The main body. Okay. Pressure off. Let's take a look at the space. Maybe one. Okay, that's fine. And let's work on the car silhouettes. Okay, I'm doing this very quick because we don't have time to work with paths, but you can use the three-step path method to work on it. All right. And I think this is so much fun when you do by hand. Like this, you know? Well, it's easy to me. I know it's easy to me because I have those skills set, okay? So I've practiced a lot. So for me, it looks easy to do that. Sometimes for you guys, it doesn't look so easy, but it's just a matter of practicing, you know? Don't feel frustrated in the first moment. It's easy to give away when you do something like this because you are trying to get the perfection, you know? You're trying to find the perfection. So sometimes if the result is not the same you were expecting, don't worry. Keep working. And keep pushing. Now we have the car silhouette. Okay, let's set the shadows around. Okay, you can just use this kind of a brush because it's easy to control. I'm gonna set the rear part of the shadow a little bit more extended because we're gonna have the lights coming from the left side. So now blur a little bit more of blurring effect on this. Okay, don't worry. Blur, Gaussian blur, a little bit more blur, Gaussian blur, not so much, just a little bit like this, you know. Now you can clean up the shadows with the mask. Let's give it a little less intensity, like this. Don't need too much. You can improve a little bit more the shadows like this, you know, this. Create another layer. Improve the shadows just a little more like this. And then you can merge it. I will create just a okay. This is not necessary. I'm just create some features right here. No, I don't need this anymore. Just to have the wheel arches. I did on the sketch. Let's work. Shit. Let's work on it. It's so different. No, this is not good. We do again. Okay. Yeah. Make selection. Okay, and let's delete this on the body side. And then put it in the shadows like this. Okay. And then we can have just a little bit of wheels like this, you know. Okay. Guys, are you there? You are so quiet. Okay, let's pick up this one again. Yeah. And duplicate to the rear ends to gain some time. Snap to none. Okay. Disable the snap. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it's not. So in this case, it's not helping. Okay, it's more like this. Rear end. Let's improve the wheel lip. Okay. New selection, delete. Okay, and then we can improve the shadows right here, and we have a strong basis to work right now. We have the lights. I would say just to make it, no, we can use this. Okay, that's fine. Let's see the sketch. Well, maybe we can keep the same we have right here. I will just hide this on your sketch. To keep the same background. Okay. And then we have those graphics. I'm gonna just copy this on the top to have the reference, and then we have the background. Background, just need some water. Let's save it. Keep work on it. Just fix this curvature. We have the DLO, the backlight. Let's use the features. Maybe this can be okay. Main body. Features. The features, I'm gonna create some paths. Exactly, guys. Exactly. Thanks, Ricardo. Smash the like button, guys. It helps us to be here every Saturday. Okay, now we can have a nice DLO. And then we can add this feature like this. And we have the same. the backlights. I almost forgot to do something that I had to do after that. Because every time I do the body side like this without the paths, I mean, I need to do something like, just pick up the main body, multiplicate this, and merge to avoid transparency and some small things like this, Let's make sure that everything is good to start the rendering. Let's keep moving, and then we can add this. Okay. The feature, we can okay, let's connect this. And let's recreate the graphic like this, If you want it, when you have some more skills, guys, you can just create the whole car like this without the paths, without lines, just using shading. But it needs more skills. It's more like the way the concept artists do those creations, Yeah, I think the proportions is quite better right now. Just add the gaps because I want to start with that. But if you wanted, you can put this at the end, not in this intermediate stage of the rendering, okay? It's just because I want it. Then that's it. Now we have the gaps. Oops, almost forgot this one. We have some more gaps, but I'm gonna keep focus on this. All right. Let's add the tail lamp design. Let's do something like this. Let's connect the other side. Ricardo, you don't need to change this, okay? It's just my feeling about what would you do with this, and then we can add maybe coming from the top. No, maybe from right here we can create this gap. It's too thick. Okay. Well, we have half an hour to finish this. Okay. It's a little bit of pressure, but that's fine. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Form shadow. Okay. Shadow. Light. Highlights. Details. That's it. Let's clip it. Okay. So now let's put the shadows. Okay, I'm gonna use some kind of a, let's pick up the red like this. Okay. And then we need to see where the light's coming from. So I will do the easy way, which is finding the terminators for those lights, just like this. We're not gonna have lights right here because we're gonna have another light on the back of this. Doesn't need to be perfect right now, okay. We're gonna have a little bit of light in the middle of this. Shadows on the top of this, so that's the reason why we need to extend the shadows right here. A little bit of shadow on the top of this. A little bit of core shadow right here. Just like that. Okay. Let's take it out a little bit on this. Okay. And blur, Gaussian blur. You can use Gaussian blur or you can use, I prefer to use the motion blur in the first moment, just to set the direction for those lights and for those reflections, you know. I think that's it. And filter blur. Now you can add a little bit of motion blur, like Gaussian blur, I think. Here we go, and then we can just retouch a little bit the shadows right here. Okay, sounds good. We can add just a little bit of shadows on the top of this and the top of that. Yeah. Then let's add the flat shadows right here. We can improve the flat shadows on the back of this. The mask. Create this crispy line. Okay. We can add more right here. We have this on the top, so that's the reason why we need to add more. Here, because we have this surface right here receiving the light from there. Okay. Light reflection. So far, so good. If you want it, no, I'm not gonna change anything right here. I'm just gonna improve now. Let's finish. The features are okay as well. All right, let's improve a little bit more the deepness into this shadows on the core shadow like this. Right here, a little bit right there, a little bit on top of this. Let's improve right here because you're not gonna have lights on this part of the car, so it helps us to see better the corner. As you can see, I'm always changing the brush size during the painting process. Now you can see more three-dimensionally. A little bit more shadow on the zone because we have the lights coming from here. So we have more intensity on this because we have the surface. Behave like that, you know. Not right here because we have a little bit of this light facing this, hitting the surface. Let's add a little bit of shadow right here on this corner, you know. And then you can see better. Now we have the, you know, you can improve a little bit more those shadows. That's because we have maybe, I'm gonna give a little bit more time, a half an hour to finish this. So if you have more time, you can improve more the sketch. The more time you have, better will be. But that's the reason. But I think it's good to set a time to finish the sketch because, you know, it's endless. It's an endless process. So now we have the lights coming from right here. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna just select this and invert because I don't want the lights hitting the wheel lips. I'm gonna have some lights right here, like just like that, you know. And set the lights more in this area, okay? There's a huge intensity of lights here. We're gonna pick up a little bit of the background and use right here, just like that. We're gonna use something from the top of this because it represents the Fresnel effect. It's more flat, so okay, let's do something like this to represent the lights. We can use a little bit of white in front of this. Yeah, let's do this first. Just a little bit of this right here. This pink. Yeah. Okay. And then we can use the mask. The secret is in the mask. Okay, that's the problem, guys. When you see the lights, you're not working in an overall way. As you can see right here, we have a lot of small spots right here with white, but it doesn't work like this. You know, you can see the lights. You can see the lights behaving in a overall way on your car, okay? That's the way I used to work. So now we can, first, let's use a soft brush to clean it up just a little bit more, the lights, because I don't want a lot of this reflection right here. It's more like that. Okay. And this kind of features, I'm gonna use, let's desaturate the lights like this. Now we have the real intensity I want. And then I can just add more reflections like this, you know. I'm gonna just, yeah, I will add a path for this, because it will help me to create this beautiful line right here. Make selection, okay. Hide it. Again, now in this case we can use this. Guys, don't be afraid to create hard reflections anymore, okay? Because when you add the hard reflections, you see that the design itself come up, you know? Just like this, and then you can add on the body, no, again. Okay, something like this. I will clean it up a little bit more, the body side. Hide the selection, and then we can, okay, let's recover the gaps. Create the garnish, this. You can reduce the lighting intensity right here, just a little bit, like that, you know, because you can create some kind of a halo effect. So what is the halo effect? The light is more concentrated on the edges than in the middle. So that's the reason why I'm gonna pick up right now, you know, I was working on the layers, but I go back to the main layer and try to emphasize a little bit more the edges like this, you know, just a little bit. And then you can emphasize close to the radius, close to the fillets. No, not in the back, just like this, you know. Now you have the right lights set, you know. And then we can work right here in the back. We're gonna do the same, okay? I'm gonna preserve a little bit more the surface we have right here to show the whole sketch. Now we have something good in there. Let's see the surfaces. I'm gonna make another layer to create this details. We don't have the lights right here. Just inside of this. Okay. Go back with the lights right here. We don't have the lights in this face. In this face, just you know. We have to preserve because we have the lights coming from this this light source, not from this. So that's the reason why we need to add the lights according to the surface angle. And we don't have the lights hitting the surface, but we have the lights hitting this surface. This is on the top. Or like this, you know. And then you can have just a little bit more light. We'll put in the highlights. It's not this. Let's start finishing this. Guys, I really would like to have more time to finish the surface because it's so cool to work on this. Do the same right here. Okay. And then we can start finishing the surface. I would try to hit this highlights. I mean the tail lamp design side of this, you know, just like a detailing like this. Okay. Why not? Yeah. We have some details on this. We have the highlights. Okay, let's start working on the details and to finish this. First, in the highlights, I will add a little bit more lights on this. Now we have some kind of a cutting light just to express better or to define the edges, you know. So now let's just add some elements. Just as you can see, you don't need to draw everything, you know, to have the main idea. No, we have some, okay, some exhaust pipe right here. So let's do something like this. Add some sections like this to help understand the whole idea. Well, design-wise, it looks good. Let's emphasize the shape over the surface. Then you can add some just license plate, house, just like this, you know. Again, this is not a ultra realistic sketch, but it shows a lot of the main ideas on the surface. We need to add the elements we have on this area like this. Well, I didn't put the I forgot to mention the, let me see, okay. Let's put the mirror. You don't need to detail much the mirror, just something like this, it's fine. We can add reflections on the surface and the ground reflections, or I mean the cast shadows and the reflections like this. And if you wanted, you can improve it with the interior, but I'm not gonna put the interior right here. And again, if you wanted, you can add more lights on this, or, you know, something like this, which is cool, and improve a lot the rendering itself. Okay, so I think that's it, guys. As you can see, it's just a matter of the way you use the lights, or you know, just pick up the right tone, and then you can add the whole light right here, just like that, you know, and then you can think about the area that the light is interacting with the whole car. You know, it's something more like this. And then you should have something more, you know, simple like that. Okay? So I think that's it, guys. So I'll go back right here. No, Guys, again, we did a lot of things in 2 hours. I think 2 hours and 40 minutes. Yeah, in 2 hours and 40 minutes. So we just found the right proportions for this one. Again, just change the proportions to achieve something without that symmetry that makes the car looks the same from the front and the rear. This one, again, resize the proportions to achieve something that looks like a sports car. And then quick shading and quick rendering. Okay, guys, the only thing that I have to say for you, keep it simple. Okay, when you think about the lights and shadows, that's a problem when you say, oh, can I represent sharp reflections or try to work with the complex shapes? It's just a matter of the way you see the lights over the surfaces. Okay, that's simple like that. So guys, thank you very much. Have a nice weekend ahead, and I see you next weekend again with another design review. Thank you very much, guys. I see you next. Bye-bye.